Welcome, story lovers. Today we're heading deep into Greenwood Forest to a very special school called Forest Academy. And in room 4A, there's a student who's not quite like the others. Let's meet Piggy, the genius of room 4A. At the edge of the forest, the little school was always buzzing with energy. It had students of every kind: chatty rabbits, playful monkeys, slow turtles, colorful birds, and one very unusual little piggy named Piggy. Piggy wasn't your average pig. He wore stylish round glasses, carried a backpack overflowing with notebooks, and every morning he'd march into class with a confident oink morning teacher. Room 4A was the definition of chaos. The monkeys were constantly swinging from the light fixtures like they were jungle vines. The parrots chattered away, repeating everything and anything they heard. The turtle was so slow, it took him a full 3 minutes just to blink. And whenever the elephant sneezed, his powerful gust would completely erase the whiteboard. But Piggy! Piggy sat calmly at his desk, sharpening his pencil with the focus of a true master. Their teacher, Miss Panda, would often plead, "Everyone, please, quiet down. Be more like Piggy." But no one ever listened except, of course, for Piggy himself. One particularly frantic Monday morning, Miss Panda asked the dreaded question, "Class, where is your homework?" Suddenly, the room fell silent and panic filled the air. The monkey's homework was stuck to the ceiling, a casualty of his morning acrobatics. The rabbit admitted his paper had been eaten by his little brother, and the parrot squawked, "I copied Piggy. I copied Piggy!" But it turned out he had copied a drawing of a pink potato, mistaking it for Piggy. Just then, Piggy quietly raised his hoof. He pulled out a perfectly organized folder, complete with color-coded tabs for each subject: math, science, and forest history. He even had a section labeled emergency snack storage, which was, of course, full of cookies. Miss Panda clapped her paws together. "Piggy, you are the most prepared student I have ever seen." The monkey leaned over and whispered to the rabbit, "Bro, even his snacks are organized." Later that day, it was time for science class. The experiment was to make a mini volcano. As you can imagine, chaos erupted before the volcano even could. The elephant poured way too much vinegar. The monkey, thinking more is always better, dumped an entire bottle of baking soda into the mix, and the parrot just kept screaming, "Eruption! Eruption!" long before anything happened. When they finally mixed everything together, boom! A massive foam explosion shot straight up to the ceiling, covering everyone in a sudsy mess. Miss Panda let out a long sigh. "Piggy, could you please show the class the correct way to do this?" Piggy nodded, put on a pair of tiny safety goggles that made everyone giggle, and began his demonstration. Step 1. Measure your ingredients properly. Step 2. Control the chemical reactions. And Step 3. Don't behave like monkey. The entire class, even the monkey, burst into laughter. Finally, the day of the big exam arrived, and the tension in room 4A was thick. The rabbit was so nervous he actually fainted. The monkey tried to hide inside his locker. "The parrots! Everett!" the drama queen shouted. "I'm not ready, but let's do this!" But Piggy was the picture of cut. He opened his pencil case like a hero preparing for a great battle. When the exam started, his brain worked like a supercomputer. Question 1. Easy. Question 2. Done. Question 3. He had already finished the entire test before the turtle had even managed to write his name on the paper. At the end of the day, Miss Panda began calling out the score. Monkey, 12 out of 100. Horrid, a very lovely potato drawing, but 0 points. Elfa, your paper is soaked from a sneeze. I can't read it. Tora, still writing name. And then Piggy, 100 out of 100 plus extra credit for his beautiful handwriting. Everyone turned to stare at Piggy, their eyes wide with amazement. He was a classroom celebrity. Seeing his incredible performance, Miss Panda made an announcement. From now on, Piggy will be our new class leader. The animals erupted in cheers. The monkey admitted, he's smart, but also kinda cute. The parrot squawked. Smart, Piggy. Smart? Piggy! And from the back of the room, the turtle finally managed to say, Congratulations. Piggy stood proudly on his desk, wearing a tiny crown made of leaves that his classmates had made for him. He puffed out his chest and shouted, Class Quattro! Let's oink our way to success. Everyone laughed until their stomachs hurt. From that day forward, whenever anyone in Forest Academy needed help with anything, they all knew what to say. Go ask Piggy. He knows everything, even where the monkey hid your lunch. And that's the story of Piggy, the genius of room for a... If you enjoyed this tale, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more fun stories. Thanks for watching.